and a warm welcome to our event, The Secret to Lasting Change. We have with us Tanvi today, about whom I'll be sharing with you in a while. But before that, let me quickly take you through a little about Cool Kanya. At Cool Kanya, we are a learning-led platform. We believe that learning can take you places and that there is no age for learning. You can be young, you can be old. What matters is your spirit to and willingness to learn, and it'll definitely take you places. At Cool Kanya, we make a three-part promise, that is to learn, to connect, and to earn. When we talk of learn, we create opportunities for you to learn, keeping in consideration that the skills in that the latest skills in demand. We, along with the best in the industry, bring to you workshops and programs that help women start, explore, and grow in careers. Some of the programs that we have had in the past, as you can see, are that of how to become a video creator, author, writer, digital marketer, social media influencer, and content strategist. We have a lot of free workshops that happen every week. Do keep a tab on them. You can be join the community and you'll be updated with them every week. Moving on to connect. When we say connect, we have 100,000 plus strong community of women. So here you can participate in conversations, seek guidance, offer guidance, and discover new ideas together. When we say earn, we have an active jobs and opportunities group on the community, which is updated almost on a daily basis by the team at Cool Kanya and our members as well. Today we have with us Tanvi. Tanvi is an identity and mindset coach who helps ambitious people create a new version of themselves. In the past, Tanvi has worked with the Walt Disney Company, where she was a marketing manager. It was during that time that, she realized that, she wants to quit and help people find their authentic self. She believes that the power of finding one she believes in the power of finding one's authentic self, and that is exactly her mission, and which is why she's here today. She wants to help you wake up and meet the you inside of you so you can create the life you desire and deserve. Now, before I hand over to Tanvi, here are some session rules that we have. We request you to please keep your microphones turned off. We do take questions. We leave it on the discretion of the expert, and Tanvi has requested that she'll take all the questions toward the end of the session. It'll be great if you can fill the feedback form after the session. Your feedbacks help us improve and they are absolutely encouraging for us. Over to you, Tanvi.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today. I have one request. So while the Cool Kanya community team said the microphones should be off, I really want to see who I am talking to. So leaving all your inhibitions aside, leaving all the, oh my God, I'm not looking good, or, my hair is all over the place, or I'm not wearing the right clothes, or I'm probably lying down on my bed and all of that. If you think someone cares about how you're looking right now, it's their problem. Show up like the person that you want to show up always. So, switch on those cameras. Let me see those beautiful faces. Come on, guys. Leave those inhibitions aside. It's okay to be vulnerable sometimes. Okay. So firstly, thank you so much again for joining me today. And I'm going to head straight into the session. So someone asked on the group right now, what is it that you all are expecting from this session? And someone said how to deal with procrastination, how to overcome overthinking, how to something about time management, and how not to let your fears stop you. So as women, we have a very curious mind. We always want answers like this, Chalo, I have a question. Chalo, now to Google is obviously available. Earlier we had the Vogues and the Cosmos, and people write these beautiful blogs. People go on Instagram today, and there are these motivational quotes about how to overcome fears, how to overcome procrastination, how to lose weight, how to overcome social anxiety, how to overcome anxiety, how to on the platform itself. I've seen so many people talk about interview skills, right? How do I upskill my skill on interviews, or in writing, or how do I get the confidence to leave my job and pursue my passion? How to feel like I'm worth it, how to feel I am lovable, right? So we have all these questions that we want to do so much, and we'll go on Google, we'll look at all these blog posts, we'll look at all these motivational quotes, and it's all about how to. Now what happens is, and while I'm saying this, I want you all to think about your way of behaving, doing, thinking. So just ensure that it's in alignment while I'm saying this. This is not a Gyani session. It's for me to, as I'm saying it, I want you all to start deep diving within yourself. Okay. Now just raise your hand, and that's why I want to see your faces, or you can, okay, that whatever, that raise hand wala icon, where how many of you all have had these questions, probably asked your friends, your colleagues, or you've gone on, or you've gone online to figure out the how to get to the next level, or how to overcome something, how to overcome procrastination, or overthinking, or fears, all of that. Most of us, right? Including me. I also used to do that. I still do that. But the problem with how to is that, yes, we've done it. We've read all the instructions, these beautiful 5 best ways of doing this. Those are the blogs that actually do the best. All those content writers, I'm sure you all know that when it comes to SEO, right? Now, the problem is we'll all read that, okay? And we feel good, like, yeah, this makes so much sense. Now, the question is, how many of you all actually end up following those tips consistently, day in and day out, sticking to it and not going back? And then again, after 10 days saying, how do I do this? How do I overcome procrastination? So the person who actually asked about how do I deal with procrastination, I'm sure she's asked someone else before. I'm sure she's read up somewhere before, because these things are available online. It's not like they aren't. All of this today, everyone's talking about it, right? But the problem with most of us is that we always go into the strategy when we want something. Say you want to lose weight, okay? And we say, okay, you know what, this is it. I want to lose weight, and I'm going to head directly into the strategy. How do I lose weight? I'm going to do intermittent fasting. I'm going to do a keto. I'm going to, hire the best trainer. I'm going to do this meal plan. I'm going to go to the gym, get a membership. All of that happens, and you lose the weight. You definitely lose the weight. Say you start seeing the results, you're consistent with it for say some time. But what happens 3 months down the line? What happens 6 months down the line, 1 year down the line? You're back to square one, because you start saying, oh, today cheat day, I deserve this. This is not me. Like, you start seeing yourself making excuses for not being consistent with your behavior, for not being consistent with your habit of procrastination, of overcoming it, right? That is the biggest problem, that we as human beings, we always go into the strategy, because strategy is the outer work. It's the actions. But when we head directly into strategy, the how to, it's not going to last, because you've not done the inner work. It's like you want to lose weight, but you're doing the actions that a thin person will do, but having fat thoughts. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yes, no. It's like saying, okay, I want to be confident in my interview. I want to be really good. I want to overcome fear of being on stage. So you do all this practice and everything, but what happens when you actually go on stage, or when you want to do the public speaking? You'll start making excuses of why this is not going to work right now. Why? Because again, you're going into strategy, but you're having this thought, the inner part of you still believes that you are afraid of it, right? Yes, no. These are very basic examples I'm giving you, okay? Now, that's the biggest problem, is that we always head into strategy. Now, understand this. So whatever goals you guys may be having, you all may have a goal to, what if I want to start freelancing? What if I want to what if I want to quit my job and pursue my passion, which is one of the most common things that has happened, especially in the last 2 years in the pandemic, right? Everyone wants to do their own thing, but it's like, yaar, ye mere se, I don't know if I am capable of it. Or, you'll find all these reasons of why you cannot do it right now. Understand that your goal that you have, whatever the goal is, it could be an emotional goal, a goal where you want to overcome anxiety, or it could be a physical goal about, your appearance. It could be a career goal of wanting to get to the next level. Say today you're at say 70,000 salary per month and you want to get to 3 lakh salary like ASAP. That's the conscious goal that you have. So any goal that we have is a conscious goal. But there is always the subconscious mind, the subconscious part of you that says, hang on, this is not who you are. This is not what you believe in. This is not how you actually feel. So it's like you have a goal, and when you feel very strong about it, there are days where you feel completely motivated and you get up in the morning and are like, I'm going to kill it today, right? And then you have this one foot on the accelerator and you're like, yes, let's go for it. But immediately then you will see your subconscious mind saying, hang on, it believes something else. So it will put the other foot on the brakes. So there's this constant stop and start in your progress. Yes, no. It's like you're trying to be a new person and you're doing everything, and then you're getting pulled back to the old self. So it's like a dance that keeps happening. Okay, no, today I'll do this. Then you see yourself going back. Again, you will do this. So it's like a nice dance that goes on. And then what do? You feel, oh God, I'm a procrastinator. I have too much fear. I don't have confidence. I don't have this. I don't have that. Then you start criticizing yourself. Yes? No. Okay. Now, I want to ask you all something. Okay. And we're going to do a quick exercise now. I want you to think of something where it's this desire. Okay. It's a goal or a desire that you've been either working on for a while, or you want to start, but you're not being able to start. So quickly, and if, I would really appreciate it if you all can type that goal or that desire that you all have. It could be a change within you. Okay. I don't want to see, okay, if you're in a relationship, okay, and I have this desire that my partner does this for me. No, this is not about the other person. It's not about your boss. It's not about opportunities. It's not about people who will do something for you. This is you. Something that you want to do within yourself, for yourself, and you've been wanting to do it, and it's that place where you have that start and stop progress that's happening. Okay, so quickly, if you can write it down in the chat, what is it? What's that one goal or that desire that you have that you've been working on, or you're just not being able to start? If you can just put it in the chat. Eat healthy, make healthier choices, learn to drive a car, believing in myself, open up to my business after studies, wanting to stop overthinking. Lovely. Thank you so much. Anything else? Start reading books again. Start loving myself the way I am. Freelancing, start my business, skincare, hair care, be healthy, start my own blog, to love myself unconditionally. Surbhi says, take up a course and leave my current vocation. Anushka says, stop pulling back and hold back and not pick myself. Stop procrastination. Look into a ADHD diagnosis. Okay. So you all have written this down, okay? And if you can just now be very honest with yourself. This you all don't need to put it in the chat, because you all are going to be getting raw with yourself. I want you all to be raw. I want you all to be honest and vulnerable with yourself. So this is what you want. This is the desire that you have. You want to be calm. Okay. Now my next question to you is, what has stopped you from crushing it? What has stopped? And if you have like a diary and a pen, I want you to write it down, because the best way to really understand your thoughts is when you write them, because you're mirroring your thoughts. Then it's a reflection. You can see your thoughts. What has stopped you from crushing it? You can start the music now. What has stopped you from crushing it? What is the story that you have been telling yourself about yourself? What is the story of limitations that you've been telling yourself, that this is possible for me, this is not possible for me, this is what I can do, this is what I can't do? What is that story that you've been telling yourself? Just be really, really raw. Be really, really honest with yourself. Whatever this desire that you've been having for a while, what is stopping you? What has stopped you from crushing it? Someone says, I'm scared. Laziness. I cannot study because rest is important. Fear of acceptance, feeling like a fake person when I try to change myself. That's an interesting one. I don't know how to find the calm. All of the above. I eventually give up. Fear of failure. Feels overwhelming. Self-doubt. Amazing. Lack of self-appreciation. Fear of judgment. Feeling out of place. Not clear about the path of how to start. See, again, someone is getting into strategy now. The how is the least important, which we will get into later. Nothing feels worth it. Okay. Thank you for being honest. Thank you for sharing it personally. I really, really appreciate it because it helps others to also think in that direction and allow themselves to be real with themselves and honest with themselves. Judging myself, feeling lost. Perfect. You can stop the music now. How did it feel when you all were honest with yourself? What was it when did you realize this is the first time where it was a mirror that, yes, this is the story that I've been telling myself? A story of what is possible for me, what is not possible for me, what I can do, what I can't do. A story of limitations that you've been telling yourself. Now understand this, and this is where the secret comes in. The secret to lasting change, why you are not being able to do it, why the how do I do it, I don't know. Right? This is the secret. The secret is that first understand, you all need to really listen to this part. Okay? What you can't do, what you can do, what is possible for you, what is not possible for you, what is my environment like, what is my social circle like, my family, this, that, all those limitations that you have are the story that you're telling yourself, right? You have always had capabilities. You were not born as a procrastinator. You were not born as an overthinker. You didn't procrastinate saying, should I ask for that Dudu ka bottle? Should I? It's 4 in the morning. Should I wake everyone up? You were not born fearing anything. You were not, you didn't judge yourself. You fell down 100 times when you tried to walk. You didn't judge yourself. You definitely didn't care if everyone laughed around you because you were so cute and falling all the time on your tummy and all of that, right? So obviously you pick these things up. You've picked up these beliefs about yourself. What you can't do, what you can do, what your capabilities are, what your skills are, have always been constant, and you can always increase your capabilities. You can always increase your skills, right? But how much of those capabilities you use, I'm going to repeat this, how much of those capabilities you use depends on who you think you are. And that is the secret. It's your identity of who you think you are. What is the image that you have of yourself in your mind, in your subconscious mind, essentially? Because the conscious mind says, okay, I want to do this, I have this goal, but it's the subconscious part that's always holding you back, because it's the subconscious mind that actually drives 80 to 90% of your life. Your habits, your emotional and physical habits, all of that, your fears, it all comes from your subconscious mind, and that subconscious mind has an identity that's been ingrained over the years. And that identity, you did not come up with an identity. You didn't have this image about you that, okay, I am a procrastinator. I have a fear of failure. What was some of the other things that people said? There were some really interesting ones initially where they said, let me just check. So judging myself, I wanted to start writing on LinkedIn, but I feel that my writing might not have any value. Now, when someone says my writing, no, I'm not trying to pinpoint, I'm trying to make you all understand this. When someone said my writing might not have any value, you're attaching your self-worth to your writing. So it comes back to your identity of how worthy you are. So do you realize what you think you are, how you define yourself, how you see yourself is actually the thing that can either sow you or it can completely stop you? How much you use your capabilities, how much you push yourself, how much you believe in yourself, all depends on how you see yourself. What is the self-image that you have in your mind? In your mind, forget everyone else, what everyone tells you. Now, again, if I had to give you an example of, so this here, obviously you're understood it. If you had to look at a smoker, for example, okay, you know, we've heard over many years, like I've seen it with my friends also, where they love smoking. They'll always take those smoke breaks in between and all. And then one fine day they say, boss, aaj to quit karna hai. It's done. I'm done. Like, you know, I'm done with this. No longer. This is my last day. This is my last cigarette. And I'm going to stub it. Like, done. And they feel so good about themselves. And then after 5 days, they're like, 5 days I've quit, 10 days I've quit. And then, you know, they meet someone at a party on a Friday night and they say, hi, yaar, chal, baahar jaate hain, you know, with a drink in the hand. Chal, ek lete hain. He's like, nahi, yaar, I've quit now. It's been 10 days since I've quit. Ek le le, yaar. Acha, theek hai, ek drink ke saath maar leta hu. And then they have that one. So it starts with, I'll have only one with one drink whenever I am meeting my friends. Then it goes back to, oh, I will only have when I am meeting other people. Then, you know, how the loop again goes back. And then suddenly, after 20, 25 days, you're back to square one. You've put everyone's gone into the strategy, patch lagaya, those herbal teas and this and that. I honestly don't know all the new methods of quitting smoking. Okay. But this is what they do, right? They get into the how to. Now, what was the problem here? They identified themselves. This person identifies himself as a smoker who is trying to quit. In his head, he's a smoker who's trying to quit, and he's counting the days that he is being able to stay away from smoking. Because he did not shift the identity that he has in his mind about himself, which is aka a smoker, that habit did not last of quitting the smoking. But the minute if he had changed his identity, saying, I'm a health nut, I love my body, I choose to feel good about it, and it's not even I hate smoking, I love real food, I love healthy food, I'm obsessed with my body, I love it and it loves me back. The minute he shifts his identity about who he is, who he believes he is, you will see a drastic change on how easy it is for him to give up. Similarly, when it comes to being a procrastinator, you are not a procrastinator, you have a habit of procrastinating. I really want to do this, but you know, this is me. This is what I always do. I know I will fail. So your identity here is, I'm a failure. I'm doing everything, but there is a strong belief in your mind that I'm a failure. So no matter what I do, end of the day, it's not going to work out. So do you see how we self-sabotage ourselves only because of who we believe we are? We become the labels that we give ourselves. We literally, as we start growing up, those labels either come from our parents, they come from our teachers, they come from our friends, they come from our colleagues, our bosses, and even ourselves because of those experiences we've had, whether we failed or we succeeded. And we start attaching all these, you know, those, imagine like you're literally adding sticky notes on yourself. And when you start adding those, we start believing in those sticky notes, we start believing in those labels, and we start living those labels. Because once you believe it, you live it. That is why when people get into strategy, coming back to strategy, it doesn't work for the long time. There is not a lasting change because you've only done the outer work without having to do the inner work. Once you align yourself with who you are and doing all the inner work and understanding where this is coming from, that is when you will start realizing and feeling, and you will see yourself that how you start changing yourself, how you start looking at yourself differently, how you start believing in the actions you take. Even your mind will start focusing on different things, because your mind, if it believes that this is what you want to believe in, it'll make you do that. If your mind thinks that, okay, you've told your mind, I want to buy a new car, right? I want to buy a new car. And immediately when you're driving on the road or you're in the rickshaw, suddenly you will notice all cars. Arey, iska tire bada mast hai. Arey, this color is nice. Arey, iska mileage. Arey, this brand. What about this one? Hatchback or sedan? Right? because you told your mind, this is what you want to focus on. So when you tell your mind who you are, that is what it will focus on, and it will keep pulling you back, because that is what it believes in. The mind likes familiar. It likes familiar stuff. So even if you are a warm person, or if you're a cold person, but you want to be a warm person, you want to change yourself, it's unfamiliar territory. It'll keep pulling you back and giving you reasons of, I tried, but because this person was like this, it didn't work. What's the point of changing? Let me go back to my old self. Anyways, this is not going to work out. Anyways, I'm not going to get the result, right? So the only way to get lasting change is when you make a shift in your personality, in a shift in your identity, how you see yourself, how you define yourself, the labels you give to yourself. Remember that, I'm going to repeat this again because mind likes repetition, and that's how you all will remember it. The labels that you keep giving yourself over time, with enough emotion, with enough repetition, if you tell a lie, because whatever the problems you feel you have, they're not real. They were acquired. Yes, no. They were acquired over time, right? These were not labels that you were born with. So so if you tell a lie long enough, loud enough, big enough, you're going to start believing it. And Hitler said that, by the way. We are our Hitlers, our own Hitlers. We are literally the Hitlers in our own life. We literally tell ourselves a lie all the time, and we start believing it, and we start living it. Once you believe it, you live it. You believe this is who you are, this is what you're going to do all the time. In fact, if you have to even sort of, I really want you all to think about this really, really deeply, because we literally limit our own identity with the labels we give. Even the way you respond, the way you're responding to me right now by not being okay, by showing your face to me right now, think about why do you not want to show it? Really think about it. The way you respond to your friends, the way you respond to your parents, the way you respond to your kids, the way you respond to your colleagues, strangers, the way you respond to yourself, all depends on who you think you are. So even as a person, say as a mother, I will respond to my child by thinking about who I am as a mother. What is the label I'm giving myself? I am a calm mother. I'm an obsessive mother. I'm a disciplined mother. This is what needs to be done. This is how I need to be as a mother. How am I as an employee? And if I want to go to my boss, how am I responding to a question being asked? Or if I want to, give my opinion, the way I give my opinion, what opinion, even on social media, I have a different identity if I have to give a comment on the Cool Kanya community also. When I put the responses, is it really the you or the you that you need to be when you're putting a response in the community? When you're replying to those posts and all, you respond based on who you think you are. You do things based on who you think you are. You don't do things based on who you think you are. You will read 1,000 books. You will listen to 100 podcasts. You will come for these kind of events and momentarily feel good, like, yeah. I'm getting what Tanvi's saying. And you listen to you watch all these YouTube videos of how-tos and you'll do it. But unless you don't do the work inside, and to do the work inside, you have to first understand where it's coming from. Why is it happening? And that's where, so when I do my coaching with my private clients, with my VIP clients, my way of working is I do hypnotherapy, which is another topic altogether. I combine hypnotherapy and coaching, where for 3 months, I need a commitment of 3 months where it's not commitment to me. It's a commitment to yourself to get to the next level. Who do you need to become? Who do you need to become to want to have what you want? Who do you need to become to have what you want? Because if you want this, but you're here, okay, this is where you want to be. This is what you want to experience. But if you're here, how are you ever going to get this if you're here? For you to get this, you have to become this person day in and day out. And the only way to do it day in and day out is to work on your identity, to understand what is it that you believe in, why do you believe in it? And that's where the hypnotherapy part comes in, where we start off by first understanding what does the subconscious mind believe in? Where did I pick this up? Why am I not being able to break it? I won't go too much into detail because we have limited time right now. Why am I like this? Why am I not being able to get to the next level? Why am I not being able to break this emotional habit, this overthinking habit? Why am I fearing this? What is the subconscious mind really believing in? It's 80%. So it's literally like, imagine your mind as an iceberg. Okay. When you look at an iceberg in the water, you see the top of the iceberg above the water. That is literally only 15% of your mind. That's your conscious mind. And the 85% is below the water, which is your subconscious mind. And it is the subconscious mind which has all your habits, your feelings, your emotions, your autonomic nervous system, all of that is there in your subconscious mind, your image, your identity of who you are. So that is why whenever you apply logic, when someone says, I'm damn scared of heights, what are you scared of height? I'm telling you, do it. Nothing to be scared of. What is there? Why does logic not work? And why does it not last? Why does willpower not last? Because it's there in the 15% of your conscious mind, whereas the subconscious mind, which is 85% of it, believes in something else. Am I going too fast for you all? So tell me, otherwise I'll slow down. Okay. Before we get into, so I won't go more into detail, but understand this: if you all ever want to really commit to yourself and really make a lasting change, it's important to first understand what is your mind believing, and then start doing conscious reprogramming consistently, day in and day out. It's habit formation. Even overthinking is a habit. It's not who you are. I'm not an overthinker. It's a habit. Whatever you do is a pattern. You created the pattern. It's about breaking the pattern. That's what a habit is, right? Why do they say 21 days of habit, 30 days of habit every single day? Because whenever you start a new habit, even if it means a habit of going on social media to post for your work, or a habit of not going on social media to be so that you're not distracted, on day one, you are like, okay, I spent only 30 minutes today. Day two will go to 35 minutes, 40 minutes, 100%. You'll keep, the phone will keep calling out to you. Why? Because your mind, your subconscious mind, likes familiar. And whenever we try something new, the primitive mind, the primitive brain that we have, it spikes up saying, hang on, she's trying something new. I need to protect her. I need to keep her alert. And if she breaks that habit, even on the second day or the third day or the 10th day, it means she's in danger. The brain is still like that, the primitive mind. And that's when you'll find yourself giving excuses, saying, today I'm too tired, I deserve this, aaj nahi, kal. You'll start telling stories. You'll start focusing on things on why it shouldn't work. It will not work for you. Why you can't do it. Why your environment doesn't support you. All those excuses, all those stories start creeping up again. So that is why it's important to first do the inner work. Because for your life to change, you have to change. Life cannot change without you changing. But for you to change, you have to understand yourself first. Everyone says, oh, I have complete self-awareness. I know why I'm like this. If you're like this, then you would know why you're not changing, why it's just not happening, right? So let's do some conscious work right now. Okay. I want you all to, we're going to do a little bit of visualization. Okay. I want you all to think of one big goal, something that you really, really want to do for yourself, and you are responsible for it. Not your boss, not your colleagues, not your clients, not your husband, your boyfriend, your partner, your parents, none of that. You. Okay, what is that one thing that you really want? Think of it right now. And I want you to think of, who do you need to become to get that? All right. And we're going to do a quick visualization exercise. So I want you all to take a nice deep breath in. Close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in and breathe out. And just let go of all the stuff that I've said right now to you, and just listen to the sound of your breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Take another deep breath in and breathe out. And for the last time, breathe in and breathe out. And I want you to think. I want you to think one goal that you want in life, that one thing that you want to do in the next 1 year. Be a probably a salary, job. It could be finally taking that action, and imagine that that goal has already happened. You have already achieved that goal, and just be there. Imagine that you have already achieved that goal, and give yourself permission to be that person. Allow yourself to be there. It happened. It's either the moment where it has happened, or probably you just realized, hang on, I've already reached here, and I was so lost in life that I didn't realize I've actually reached here. Just be there and just give yourself permission to be that person. To feel those feelings when you have achieved that goal. It happened. It happened right now. Experience those moments. Where are you right now when you achieve that goal? How are you? Who are you? How do you see yourself? What kind of person you have become? Feel that person. How are you standing? What is your posture like? What are your movements like? How do you sound? How do you talk? How do you show up? How do you respond to others? How do you respond to yourself? And just connect with those sensations and just let go of any fear, any doubt right now. It's no longer there because you've already achieved that goal and you have managed to be that person. It's this person that is also there. Connect with those sensations in your body. What does it feel like to be that person after achieving that goal? Who have you become? What skills have you developed? What have you learned along the way? What is the biggest change you made within yourself? What have you finally told yourself? What is this new story that you're telling yourself? You're going to shatter that old story. This is the new you. Be that person right now. How are you impacting the world? How are you impacting the world? Feel that person. Be there right now. Breathe into that person. What is she telling herself? What do you think she does? What does the day look like? How does she start the day? How does every hour of the perfect day get planned? How does she end the day? What is she the most grateful about? What are you grateful for? What are you thankful for? And what has made you proud of yourself? That one change you made for yourself that makes you so more than proud. Yes, I did it. I did it for myself. Nice deep breath. Breathe into that person right now. Take a nice deep breath in and breathe out, feeling completely light, completely alive. Feeling like a new person already. And now,
Tanvi, we can't hear you.
you can now breathe in, and now you can just open your eyes. Were you all not able to hear me at all?
Tanvi, we were able to hear you. We lost you towards the last bit, towards the end.
Okay.
Initially, yes.
Never mind, as long as I managed to get them there already.
Yes. I personally enjoyed the exercise. I mean, it was really good.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can I please see those beautiful faces? I want to see where you all are right now. If you all are feeling different, is there a smile on your face? Because if there is a smile on your face, it means that you'll have managed to see yourself there. And if you could see yourself there, it means you can all be that person. You can't be something if you can't see it, if you can't sense it. If you could feel those sensations, it means it's already there inside you. You can't feel something if it's not inside you. You don't need something to happen for you to feel something, because that feeling is already there. And if you remember that and take that with you and carry on with your life, your day, your moments, your hours, your experiences, you will show up differently every single day. You don't need something for it to happen. You can be the person and get there. Yes, Deepa.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah. So let's say me, I am actually thinking of doing some YouTube video or some sort of, putting out some content, and in order to look good and better, actually. Does it mean that I have to start focusing on looking good, staying good? Because constantly have makeup, and I'm not really that type of person. So do I have to do things to draw attention? As in, I mean, ultimately, I'll be doing only for people, basically. Although I may enjoy it, but ultimately the goal is that people keep coming to me. So does it mean like showing up, as in I start dressing up, I start feeling good about myself, and like doing all those things which what I mean?
Okay, so my main question to you, firstly, I'll never say what you need to do. My job is to ask you questions. When you said, I'm not that kind of a person, the minute you said, I'm not that kind of a person, what do you see happening? If that's not who you are, who do you need to be for it to happen for you? I'm not saying you have to do something that's against your values or what you believe in.
Okay.
But when you say, I'm not that kind of a person, right? Do you feel that is what stops you from getting to the next level, from making the effort of showing up? Do you believe that the audience will want you to look good for the content that you have?
Possibly, because most of them are. Then I think, then why not do writing only? But then I also feel I have some skills which I may want to show. But when I see myself on screen right now also, I feel so inferior. Look at everybody's glowing skins and everything, even at the end of the day, they are all so fresh like a daisy. Look at me, I'm like half dead. So I mean, when I say that's not who I am, is means I feel comfortable in my, the way I am, kind of, this making and regularly, consistently karo is a bit difficult. There was a time when I was crazy for eyeliner, but that phase is over now. And,
Okay.
it's like, the thrill lies only in wanting, kind of, not exactly having it. It's weird, yeah. It's really weird. I just think so much, but I want to do so much, but it doesn't take me anywhere. The chasing is fun. I don't know how to get over it.
If you had to, the one thing, so this is for everyone, okay? If you're facing something similar where you don't want to do something to get that thing, ask yourself, why is this important to me? Not the doing, but the ultimate goal. Why is this important to me? What will it mean to me if I achieve this goal? And if that is more important, it's inspiring enough, it's big enough for me, then what do I need to do? Because one of the things that successful people do in life is the first thing that they do is they do what they don't like to do. And they finish it off first thing in the morning.
Okay.
Because you cannot ever, no successful person, me, okay, I'm like you, I don't like doing this, or if this is not my hair.
Okay.
This is not my hair. I have frizzy, I have no control on my hair. Okay.
Okay.
But I know that if I have to show up and be presentable, okay, literally presentable at least, I need to do this. And I will finish it off. So I don't like being on social media. I'll be very honest. I don't, but what I do like is I love sharing my thoughts. I love sharing the content. That's my way of reaching to people, especially in today's world, right?
Right.
This is something, this gives me mojo where I'm live with people and I'm talking to people and they're asking me questions, because for me, I love serving people. And if it means that I need to put on a little bit of makeup and, straighten my frizzy hair, because that is, people need that. I cannot help that.
Yeah, same.
But because my why, it's so clear in my mind that my why is so big, that what will it mean to me when this happens, when people, when I work with them and I help them out, because it's not me telling them what to do, it's me telling them to dig out what is already within them, right? So it is about knowing your why. What will it mean to me if I do this? And for you to ever want to get to the next level, it's important that you have to do things, you will have to do things that you don't like to do.
Okay. So tweaking your attitude or your perception.
Absolutely. And the minute you say, I am not that kind of a person, I don't like putting eyeliner anymore. It's not important to put an eyeliner, but what you're focusing right now on is what you don't want to do and not what you need to do.
Okay. Yeah.
When you focus on something, you will get pulled towards not wanting to do that thing more and more and more and more and more.
Okay. I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, if there's nobody else, one small question.
Just quickly asking Tanvi, are we through with the session so that we can ask the questions, or do you still have something?
No, I'm done. I wanted them to first understand and make them understand how they see themselves, what is stopping themselves, and knowing that they can be that person because that's how they saw themselves. If they could see it, they can be that person.
Great. So Deepa, I'll request if you could just ask your question. We have Abhaya who's waiting.
Yeah. Okay, it's ready. So when you said this about what is your why, so I still feel that I'm living a life just because I'm single and like काम करना है, पैसे कमाना है, तो कर रही हूँ कुछ, but I'm still not living the life of my full potential. Then how do I go about it? And I also feel like इतना कुछ करना है लाइफ में यार, जरूरी है क्या? At the end of life you're not going to take anything with you, then why do all this? All kinds of questions. What do I do exactly?
If you knew what to do, just let's call it a bluff, saying you already know, believe that you know, what would you do? What would you do?
So I would
explore, what would you do?
I would explore more platforms and genres of content, because I'm already a writer. Then I would
You're going into the how again. Because you're going into the how again right now. I'll go on to more platforms. I'll put on more makeup. I'll SEO. I'll do the marketing, all of that, right? I'll figure out my content. First, find out, why do you want to do this? Because you're starting off with a premise saying कि क्या फायदा, ऊपर लेके तो जाने नहीं वाली हूँ मैं. How motivated are you going to be to do it? It's like saying when a 15-year-old boy has an exam and it's 2 days later and he's not prepared and he's like, shit, I'm not prepared for it. Meko kuch nahi aata hai. I'm not going to do well. I'll probably just skim through the exam and all. How motivated is he going to be to push himself to at least do 10 chapters out of 15?
Okay.
Like that. If you're telling yourself already that there is nothing to look forward to, why will you want to put that effort? So you will again get into the strategy of doing it, but you will find yourself being pulled back.
All right, I get it.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much.
Most welcome.
We have Abhaya next.
Hi, Tanvi. This is Abhaya.
Hi.
So I think my question would be a lot similar to what was already covered in your session. But I'm in sort of a dilemma now. In spite of being a psychology background, I still am not able to figure this out. So I have a background in human resources with a very limited experience. I have been searching for a job for a very long time, but because of a little bit of career gap and I have not been able to tap to the right source. Now I'm looking, it has been such a long time that I really want to change my career because, it's been going for a very long time. So I have this fear of taking the first step, the failure, the rejection. And also it's like, because you could not succeed in one thing, how are you going to, succeed in the other thing? So that has really stopping me from actually researching about a career change and a job prospect. How do I get over it? I mean, no matter how every day I motivate myself, it's just not happening. Like the action is not there. And as you said earlier, it's really gets lost in the strategizing part so much that when it comes to the action phase, it's all fizzled out. So
you said something, I'm going to, because I've already got it. So you said that, I failed in the past. So what if I fail again?
Yeah.
So what is the identity you have of yourself right now?
A very like lack of self-worth and just living life as if you have to go through like a mechanical life, I would say, but not really a fulfilling one, if I have to put it in words. Yeah.
Yes. And also, you've attached that I was a failure. There is a huge chance that I will be a failure.
Yeah.
So when you believe that, the way you even look out for those jobs, the way you show up, the content you put, what you even put in your forms, your resume will be different. The way you call up people and have the confidence saying, ki, okay, fine, I had a gap here. But if you divorce your story of being a failure at something, because see, you have to understand one thing, guys. We always have a choice to make new choices. Our past doesn't equal to our future, because you always have a choice right now to make a new choice. Do you choose to still believe that you are that person, or do you choose to become that person who you need to be to get what you want? Right? Obviously, this is not something that we can, do. It's not a superficial work that I can tell you that, okay, shift your identity like that. It requires a lot of inner work. It requires reprogramming. It literally requires you to change your neural pathways. It requires you to reprogram your subconscious mind, because you believe that this is who you are. Right? Once you change that, you'll start seeing changes like this within yourself. It's that one leap of faith, because the minute you change your identity, faith comes into place, hope comes into place, belief comes into place, worth comes into place, knowing I'm enough. It's not the failure, I'm enough. I at least fail. People don't even try, and then they don't fail, and they're living their life. It's about changing that perception. Your perception will change once this changes.
Yes.
So yeah, I know I haven't given you the answer of how to, because I don't do the how to till we don't do the inner work, because I want you to first understand yourselves. That why is it not happening?
Thanks a lot. This session was very helpful. Thank you.
We have Shweta next.
Hi, Tanvi.
Hi, Shweta.
Hi. Actually, I was, like, obviously, again, I think I'm coming to the how to, but, I've read Bruce Lipton, and he keeps saying that fake it till you make it kind of a thing. But how do you fake it? I mean, how do you break the loop? It will keep coming back, you keep coming back in the vicious cycle again and again. So how to break the loop? I mean, you'll always have something, mood swings, or maybe, some hormonal changes in your body, and that will maybe put you down all the time. So I think that plays a big role, right?
I'll tell you, so this is something very interesting. I'm glad you brought it up. Okay. Hormones. Those 10 days in a month. I've done this calculation for myself in the past, by the way. Okay. When it came to my productivity, when it came to my creativity, when it came to my motivation, all of that, every month, 10 days, you all know the story, how we go low. No, my husband doesn't love me. No one loves me. I cannot achieve anything. It all starts. Irritability, mood swings, all of that, right? Now, the beauty of doing inner work, and I actually did I'm not kidding when I say I literally did the calculation where I was like, if 10 days of the month are going like this, out of 365 days, 120 days, I am in this space. Is this really helping me? I did this. I'm not kidding. Okay. And because I did the inner work first to see what are my fears? What are my doubts? What are my beliefs? What is the image I have of myself? What are those blocks? Because end of the day, our thinking thinking is equal to things. Thinking creates things. Whatever you think, you will feel. I can promise you that. When you think, you feel. It creates a biochemistry in our body, right? But when you start understanding how your body and your mind work, and once you know that, okay, it's going in two separate directions, especially in those times of the day, of the month, it's about catching. That's where mindfulness comes into place. Mindfulness is not only about meditation and it's about awareness about your mind and your body, and constantly it's about bringing it and aligning it together. It's not that it will not go haywire. It will not like wo shock nahi aayega hormones ka, but it is one big difference that has happened in my life is that I know it's literally like, you know, I feel that shift in my body internally, in my mood, and I'm like, today is the 21st day, and I check my app and I'm like, and I'm so proud of myself. Boss, I've figured it out now. And then it's not that I will not get, you know, the hormones, you know, don't go haywire, but I don't let the hormones control me anymore, because that is how self-aware I am. Am I there 100%? No. What is my next strategy? The reason I will work on strategies because I have done the inner work is I'm going to now start figuring out the food that I need to consume, especially in those days, for me to regulate my hormones better, and me controlling them rather than them controlling me. Right? So coming back to your question of fake it till you make it, that is a very long story, to be honest, because people will say fake it till you make it, but they probably don't go in, you know, into depth when they say why you should fake it till you make it. What they're essentially saying is, tell yourself a better lie. Tell your mind a better lie. So when you, for example, right now did a visualization, all of you all did a visualization of that person that you have become to have what you want, your mind did not know that that is fake. Your mind thought that this has happened. That is how the mind works. This I'm getting into, you know, getting a little technical here. Tell yourself a better lie. Fake it till you make it is essentially, so if I wouldn't go that extreme, because then you're just doing conscious work and then you're again having to, you know, that's what's happening with you. That's where we go and do the inner work. But the fake it, that is once you do the inner work, and then when you start even visualizing every day that this is the person that I am already, I am not, I'm going to be. Your mind does not understand future. Your mind does not understand what is true and false. If I tell all of you all right now, oh my God, don't look at that pink cat on a black mountain. All of you all saw a pink cat on a black mountain. Yes, no. Your mind thought you have already seen it. If I say, do not think about that chocolate donut with those colorful sprinkles, that is what they mean, fake it till you make it, at a superficial level. Tell yourself a better lie. If you tell a lie long enough, loud enough, big enough, sooner or later you're going to believe it. But tell yourself a better lie. A good lie, a lie that will make you feel good about yourself. I am successful. I'm healthy. I have a fantastic metabolism. See how your body reacts to it, because your mind is telling your body, okay, fine, she needs to have a fantastic, she has a fantastic metabolism. So no matter, because, you know, some people, I've had clients who used to tell me, Tanvi, when I breathe also, I gain weight. Obviously you gain weight because you're telling your mind, ki, bhai, kuch bhi sungo bhi, perfume bhi sungo, I want to gain weight.
I've actually heard people say that, Tanvi.
But it's true. They tell themselves a lie that doesn't work for them. They focus on things that don't work for them rather than focusing on what is working, because what's not working is always going to be there, but what's working is also always going to be there. It's about what you focus on. What do you want to focus on? Do you want to focus on, I have fear, or do you want to focus on, what is the fear trying to tell me? It's not about overcoming the fear, it's about accepting the fear. Thanking the fear, because it's trying to serve you in a certain way. Yes, Deepa.
Yeah, so how many days does it take to make a habit? I read earlier, I read a lot, it takes 21 days, but somewhere I came across 66 days. So which one is it exactly?
It depends on the habit also.
Yeah.
It all depends on the habit. And it depends on consistency. It, again, people do this. They, you know, they'll join all these Facebook groups of 5 a.m. club and all of that.
Yeah.
And they'll motivate each other and everything, and 60 days, you know, they'll cross on their calendar and everything and feel good. But the minute the 60 days gets over, 90 days gets over, what happens? Aaj so leta hu yaar, 60 days ho gaya.
So why doesn't the habit seep in? Like, you know, I mean, if they have been doing
the conscious work, you're getting into strategy, you're not getting into identity.
Okay.
Pura session kar liya identity pe. The secret to lasting change.
Sorry.
Tanvi, we have a question from Chavi. Although I think you have answered it, I'll still read it out. How can we deal with doubts while we are building ourselves through inner work, most of the times while doing something to become who I want to be, I feel like I'm betraying a part of myself by trying to change myself. How can I deal with such doubts?
One sec, I'll just read it myself. How can we deal with doubts while we are building inner work? Most of the times while doing something to become who I want to be, I feel like I'm betraying a part of myself by trying to change myself. How can I deal with such doubts? Firstly, you don't need to deal with the doubt. You need to embrace the doubt. And this is a process that I do with my clients. Don't deal with the doubt, because then you're looking at doubt as something negative. Whenever you have fear, self-doubt, any kind of a negative feeling, understand that it's just trying to protect you. It's just trying to serve you. Once you understand that and go a little bit deeper, all of this has levels. Okay, this is the thing, then why this? It'll give you another answer, which I can't obviously do right now. Then you will be able to go up again and say, okay, fine, this is how it's trying to serve me, and how can I reframe it and change this and make it work for me? Because fears are good. Fears are good because they keep you up on your toes. How you use those fears is what's important. I hope that answered your question.
Thank you. To add, rather, I would like to ask, what if you have a goal and it's too big that it scares you?
Then that's good, because if you know how to reach a goal, then it's not big enough.
So it's, mentally somewhere, that, you'll not be able to, maybe it will not come true. So how do you stop that?
From whatever you've heard right now, what do you think? How to stop that?
Constantly keep
mindful.
Again, going into the how to, right?
Being mindful.
Consistently keep telling that no.
That's again how. Habit of how, right? Why do you have that fear?
Identifying the fear
and getting the answer there. What is the subconscious mind stopping you from doing? What does it believe that why is this too big for you? Why is it scary? The word you use, scary, is also important. We attach certain words to even our goals, but we take it so lightly that we don't know why we use that word. It's a big part of why you are scared to achieve that goal. Why do you think it's too big for you? When you think it's too big for you, it means you feel you're not worthy enough to achieve that goal. Yes? No?
Agree with you on that. We'll take a couple of more questions before we wrap up the session. Just a quick one. There is a surprise if you from Tanvi. So if you share your reviews and on Instagram and tag Tanvi and Cool Kanya on it, you stand a chance to win a free one-on-one session with her for half an hour to 45 minutes.
Yes.
I hope I was clear. If you have doubts, do drop in. You can ask me questions and I'll clarify. Vanya Shri has a question. What are some guiding questions which can help us visualize our true identity?
What's the question? Can you repeat that again?
What are some guiding questions which can help us visualize our true identity?
Rather than the guiding questions, if you know that this is something you want to be, forget the goal. Forget the goal for now. If you know that this is the person that you want to be, and even the visualization that you did right now, you know that, okay, fine, this is how I want to feel. This is the way I will walk. This is the way I'll talk. These are the kind of decisions I'll make. This is the kind of, these are the kind of people I'll hang out with. This is how I will spend my day. These are the kind of holidays I'll take. This is the kind of books I'll read. This is the kind of content I'll see on social media or Netflix or whatever. This is the person. If I want this, or this is who I want to be, then what does that person do? But to do that, again, you have to change your beliefs. And beliefs are very strong in the subconscious mind. Again, that cannot happen just by saying what are the guiding questions, because those guiding questions are there on your podcast. They're there on your blog posts. They're there in all these magazines and stuff. So it's not that I'll say, okay, ask yourself this question. Maybe you can just ask yourself, what if how will it cost me emotionally if I don't change, if I don't make that decision right now to change? what is it going to cost me emotionally? What is it going to cost me financially? What is it going to cost me mentally, physically? What will it mean to me if I actually do make that change and stay consistent with it and commit myself to myself and change the story about who I am? Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And I'll just take one last one. Okay, I know there are a lot of questions, and we'll try and get Tanvi back. Tanvi, by the way, is on the Cool Kanya community. So if you join the community, you can follow her there. She keeps posting content over there. You can ask your questions in the comments of her post. So please do that. And we have one question. Sai Shri, can you please explain how to use fears to achieve our goals with an example?
Can you come on the video, please, Saishri?
Yeah, just a minute.
Let's be of service to others to help them also, because I'm sure they'll have this. What is the fear that you have?
I'm trying to on my camera. I have that fear, but I'm trying to on it, but there's some glitch. My biggest fear is driving. So
okay.
I'm actually good at driving, but there's some inbuilt fear in me, and because of which I'm scared to drive.
Okay.
And I have my license. I'm a very good driver, but somehow I don't like to get into traffic and drive. I just like to drive near ORRs and on highways.
Okay. Or you only like to drive on highways, you don't like to drive in traffic. So you have the fear only in traffic, but not highway.
Sometimes on highway too.
Okay.
But everyone thinks I'm a good driver, but I have this inner fear that something will happen, I will mess things up, and I don't drive.
Okay, so that's a fear that's there in the subconscious mind. And I can assure you that there is something that's happened in the past, whereas it could have been probably when you just started driving, or maybe you saw someone or you saw an accident. I don't know what it is, or maybe you overheard something, because as children, what happens is our mind is open, right? We don't filter what we want. We still don't filter. I mean, the kind of stuff we listen to, the kind of stuff we watch on social media and Netflix and everything, especially as children, we don't filter things when something's being told to us, or when we overhear something about ourselves, or even, for the world for that matter. There are beliefs that, people will keep saying, teachers, parents, especially. So there is something that you have picked up in the past because of which this fear is there. So no matter how, if people tell you that, logically, oh my God, you're a very good driver, you also think you're a good driver. Logical mind is the conscious mind.
Yeah.
It doesn't work because your subconscious mind has this fear. And the only way to get over this fear is to first find out the root cause. So for something like this, I would have done hypnotherapy, where you find out and hypnotherapy is not any voodoo stuff where, you lose control or anything. It's about getting access to those memories. In your case, the fear of driving. Why do you have this fear? What is the reason behind it? What is the root cause behind this? And then once you understand it, because understanding is power, once you understand it, you can solve it.
I actually, after driving, there was a small accident which happened because of me. After 2 years of learning of driving. But even after the accident, I didn't lose confidence. I can still drive. It didn't affect me, but I feel my time to react is more than what it usually is for a normal person. That's not true, but that's something that I have told myself for so many years, that it became a part of myself, and it is really hard for me to change it now. And I'm not understanding how to help myself out of it.
The only way to do that is through rewiring your subconscious mind, because you have certain neural pathways. And fear, when the fear comes up, when it becomes a strong belief, is when there is emotion involved with an event. The stronger the emotion with the event, the stronger the belief. So the stronger the fear. So you have a belief that you have developed, because it was an emotional event and a big trigger that obviously happened, because of which this has happened. So unless you don't, one is reach your mind through hypnotherapy, or I'm not saying only hypnotherapy, if you're able to do it otherwise also great, to first reach that subconscious mind saying it's happened, it's fine, and it's about reframing it and then creating new neural pathways altogether to make you believe otherwise.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. That was great.
Most welcome.
Tanvi, would you like to wrap up the session? Although we have one question. But
Okay, last question.
Yes, Kiran, I'll request you to make it quick, please. And
yeah, sure. Actually, ma'am, I'm 21-year-old. I'm currently a BTech student. And I don't know, maybe I have been always an achiever academically as well. But there is something like how I planned my things accordingly when I entered college, and it didn't happen.
Okay.
So now I developed the fear that I keep chasing things, and I have this will to, achieve things very fast. Like I keep bounding myself that I need to do these things before this age, or, I have to do my master's before this time. I don't want to take any leave. So this creates, a very dilemma, and this also leads to plenty of negative thoughts. So I don't know how to, calm myself when, while I'm chasing things, and I have a very, it maybe creates a lot of confusions regarding it.
Okay. And why do you put this pressure on this? So the question for you to answer here to yourself is, because we have limited, I mean, we've obviously crossed the time.
Yes, ma'am.
Is to ask yourself, why are you putting this pressure on yourself? What do you believe about yourself, or where has this belief come from, where it is important for you to achieve at an accelerated rate?
Maybe it's because of the imposter syndrome. You can say that I see a lot of people of my age, they are, achieving things early. So maybe I don't want to go in the crowd, because I know going into the crowd, it actually creates a lot of pathholes in your own career path. So that is why I try to avoid, but फिर भी ध्यान चले जाता है उधर. So how to stop yourself and being confident कि नहीं, I can do things in this much time. Though I am young, though I'm learning a lot of things, I know I'm making mistakes. I accept it. But sometimes it keeps dragging me down. So how to, get rid of this thought and believe myself, yes, I can do it.
Hey, I have the
To ask
same.
you 3 questions quickly. Which of this do you believe to be true? That I am not good enough, or what I want is never available to me, or that I am different? What is it?
I mean, I am good enough. I'm good enough, and yes, I can achieve it. I know all the paths, I know all the ways, and yes, I feel I am different.
So you feel you're different?
Yes.
So that's the reason you need to find out. That's the root cause of why do you think you're different, and
Because,
what makes you believe that. No, you're telling me from this conscious mind, and I would suggest you not to say that out right now, because you're trying to get an answer out of me saying, "Hey, before this ends, I need an answer," and you'll not. Because what I don't want to happen is that you're trying to dig out an answer from me or even from yourself, and it'll be a wrong answer, and you will. After this session,
then I will say that
take
yes,
that with
ma'am
you
said
and
this
go,
to
and it's
me.
not going to be the real answer.
Right.
Yeah.
okay. Thank you, Tanvi. Thank you so
Most
much.
welcome.
Before we wrap up the session, very quickly, I want to remind you all that please do fill up the feedback form. If you loved Tanvi's session, it will really mean a lot to us if you share your feedback. Also, stand a chance to win a one-on-one feedback and a coaching session with Tanvi. You just have to share your genuine review on Instagram. Don't forget to tag Tanvi and Cool Kanya. And we I really hope some of us do win it. Tanvi has a website of her own. We have mentioned it in the chat. Tanvi is on LinkedIn. You can connect with her over there. And she's also on Cool Kanya. And she keeps frequently posting little knowledge bites over there. So do join the community, and you can connect with her over there. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for being patient with everyone's questions and also listening to me so nicely.
Thank you. Thank you, Tanvi.
Thank you. Have a nice
having
Thank you, Tanvi.
and all the best for everything. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You.
Bye.